Now that wasn't too bad there. I need to probably check it out and put it into a loop and see how it'll work. Now the reason why we patch phrase is that way we could actually take the sample and we could slow it up or speed it down. Now the other way would make a sample that would appear on all the drum pads, which is called, the other way we'd make it a slice sample. We'd go back to our sample, which is our EPMD beat right here. We'd say chop, we'd say do it. I'm going to make this 50 again. And it chops it up. And I say, okay, we like it, convert it. And instead of being a patch phrase, we'll make it into a slice samples. And we can create a program. Yep, create a new program. We can press do it. And then we've got these different little sounds. You see here, there are 15 different ones. There's 14 EPMB, 13, and each one of them is a piece of that. And I can go back to, say, main screen, and I pick the program. Is it right there? And so every pad would have a piece of that loop on the pads. Now we have our sample here. This is called the EPMD beat, of course, and we're going to explain some of these chop shop features. Now I'll press chop shop, which is F5 now, and we can do equally chop up each sequence in equally mode. So we can go to a sample, it'll chop it up into every section equally, you know, from the top to the bottom. I already showed you that. Now, we want to do auto. We want to allow the machine to look at it. And here's how it works. Generally what you try to do, I'm going to go to here and use threshold. Now I may move threshold up to, let's say, 80. I'll press do it. No region is found. See that? So high, it's ridiculous. So I'll do chop shop again. I'll do it again down to here, maybe 57. Do it. And now, as you can see, we have regions. So when it's up really high, it can't make any regions. So when it's low, it can make some regions here. Now here you'll see we have all these regions right here. I'll go to my cursor, move my cursor down to right here. It says regions. And that's the first, I can hit the pad. That's my first region. Let me turn up some a little bit here. I'm hitting the pad. Now, I'll go to my next region. I'll press the plus sign. Next region. We have 13 regions we can see right here, right? Okay, let's cancel this. Now, let's do chop shop again. I'll press F5 again. That was at 57. Let's go lower. Let's try 45. Let's do it. Now look here. We've got a lot of regions here. That still says 13, but watch this. We now have 18 regions. So the lower we go, the more it chops up the waveform we see. It's looking for every little peak and valley, every little thing that goes below or above the axis by a certain point. It says, okay, that should be a little piece. This should be a piece. That should be a piece. So it's making so many pieces in here, which is kind of like a little bit too much to do. Because if you listen to each piece, you'll realize that there's just too much going on here. Now watch this. That little piece, that's just a little air. Hear that? Little pieces. So it's making a lot of little samples we don't need. So, when doing chop shop, you've got to experiment a little bit and find out how many pieces you're actually going to use. In this case, I think that 57, 56 might be good. I'll press do it. And now I'll see how many pieces I got right here. I've got 13 pieces. So I got a lot of pieces right here all over. This file here is enough. But I think, let's see this section right here. See this here? Look at that. There are two samples here. There's a WAV file here, and then a bigger one here, but it made it into one region. I don't want that. So let's cancel this out and go back to chop shop again. Now that was at 56. So I want to get more of a chopping. So I want to get a few more regions going on. So I can lower this threshold level. And we'll try 54. And I'll say do it. And now, see what happened here? Before that was 2, it was 1. Now it's 2 different regions. Now, I'll move the cursor here and we'll go back to the first region. Hit the pad, little bit there. Now, that's not bad. I hear a lot of good regions in there, and I'm going to do with this 45.